So I have a lot of important topics to discuss with you in this video today. There are some interesting companies that I've started looking at pretty closely, some new topics to discuss as well, and the only thing that we ask in the making of these videos is that you let us know what you think in the comments below, or at least hit that like button. First up on the list today is ALLG, and ALLG, also known as Allego, is a EV startup company which has recently merged with an SPAC known as Spartan Acquisition. This company particularly has about 26,000 charging stations throughout Europe. Right now, this is very important for companies like this to have such a heavy presence, as Europe is already heavily diversified with electric vehicles and not so dependent on fossil fuels, much like other westernized countries. So this company right here could potentially stand to soak up quite a lot of these gains. Something which is most definitely the reason why this rallied so intensely this last trading day is in fact the 8K filing, which disclosed a 98% retention rate among SPAC investors, which is very unusual in an SPAC merger situation, because typically the SPAC investors like to cash out of their positions, taking very sizable profits, understandably so. However, the SPAC investors here see quite a bit of long-term potential, and as mentioned just before, there obviously is some sort of long-term potential here. So I would like to see this company capitalize on the situation and send this far higher than what we're seeing right now, because this could legitimately be valued at a price in the $30 to $35 region, but really this whole Russia-Ukraine situation has a lot to do with the price activity here as well. Next, we've got Bvig, and this stock I've seen break out in massive short squeeze rallies time and time again. It looks like we may be looking at another short squeeze rally in the making as we speak. This is a setup I will be watching particularly close. I would like to find my entry somewhere around the support line if we can hold it after market open. If it breaks out far beyond that, I'd like to see it come back down to find that support region again before I would enter. But like I said, we could be seeing something really powerful going on here, so we'll continue watching it closely. And yeah, bouncing pretty strongly off of this long-term support around 191. Bvig has been in an uptrend for about a week or so now, and this has a lot to do with the fact that this company here is going to be launching its spinoff, its Cryptide digital currency spinoff, and also claims that it's the owner of this low motif Indian Singapore social media platform that like rivals TikTok and things like that. So that's something interesting to pay attention to while we talk about the short squeeze setup, because in the long run, it's always important to pay attention to the future of these companies. While we are traders at the end of the day, a lot of people here legitimately want to hold stocks like this. So if you're gonna hold something like this for the long-term value, for what you envision this company could be, what its prospects are, and your thought as to whether they will materialize on them or not, it's always important to pay attention to the grand scheme. So these kind of things, definitely keep them in mind if you plan to hold. But short squeeze situations, I would always recommend take profits when comfortable. Don't get greedy, because most of the time you always get hurt. So yeah, take it from someone who's been burnt time and time again trading myself. Trade with caution, and definitely trade with a plan. Alright, so HUSA moved up on our list this week, and the reason why is because there's some important meetings taking place today in regards to new sanctions on Russia, as well as plans and strategies on how to mitigate this oil supply shortage and the long-term future of energy dependence without Russia. So right over here on the right, you can see that oil jumps 5% as Caspian pipeline disruption adds to supply fears. So there's been a natural disaster that's occurred over there, and basically what it means is that there is a supply shock as an immediate result. So this is going to obviously tap into the whole reservoir thing, which a short while ago, quickly brought down the price of oil as a quick fix. But the thing is the faster we tap into our reserves, is the faster we run out. So in the long term, looking for that new solution. Who's going to give it to us, and for how cheap, basically, is the question right now. So with all these things taking place, obviously oil and gas stocks are back up again on our list, and we'll be watching this one definitely closely this week. So the apes kept holding from that massive squeeze that we saw with highs around $72 not that long ago. And after we bounced off of this also long-term support that we see here around 1396, we seemingly have broke out into a strong uptrend. Now, this is something that I am very interested in because there is a legitimacy here, as there's a lot of retail holders that have been holding for months and months, even adding to their positions. There's a lot of institutional corporations that have locked themselves into very risky, very long-term bets against AMC here, and whether they have a reason to be this high or not. The staying power that retail investors have shown with this company particularly is very intriguing, as this could possibly see this mother of all short squeezes that they've been talking about all this time. So definitely recognize the apes are out in full force, and I think I'm about ready to embrace this AMC ape situation, and I think I can feel my hands getting hard as diamonds as we speak. So this definitely is staying at the top of our list, at least for the next couple of trading days. Next up, we have Hymc, and this company has been very volatile over the last couple of trading weeks as these geopolitical tensions start to flurry again, especially with all of these high-stakes meetings taking place today. This is something that you should probably be watching. So this has obviously reacted both in terms of price action with gold as well as the price action of oil and gas, very interestingly enough. So as the war fears continue, the price action here probably is going to continue as well. And I think that we're about to start seeing mining and natural resource companies start to really react to these new developments. And next we have my favorite cybersecurity company, Ciso. This has been a long time favorite of mine. I definitely see huge growth potential here. They obviously see huge growth potential in themselves as they continuously reinvest back into themselves, trying to reach a broader client base and extend their marketing as well to penetrate further markets internationally. This is something that I definitely look for in long-term growth companies, because if you don't have a fit in the international marketplace, it's really hard to expand and to grow. So this company has been, ridiculed for having a high cash burn rate, but obviously it's very profit oriented, as it seemingly has tampered down a lot of their growth spending. So I'm looking for the next couple of quarters to see if we can't start seeing a higher profit margin, or at least start seeing their debt expenditures start to decrease. So definitely keep an eye on this company as well. Next up is MELN, and this electric vehicle company I've taken interest in and covered in a couple of videos before. I like this battery technology that they've mentioned. I like this new concept car that they've got. They were talking about manufacturing relatively soon. I'd really like to see them materialize on that and come out with some new PR in relations to progress in that direction, especially in the manufacturing front. So over the last couple of weeks or so, really over the last week, there's been this really strong breakout that we've seen here. And if you follow me on Webull, I've covered this extensively, at least every other trading day. So whenever there's notable price activity going on here, I try my best to cover it, at least when I have the availability to do so, or at the very least I will do a recap of the analysis that we have put forth from previous videos and so forth. So this, obviously, I'm going to be watching to see if it holds. We're looking to make another step here or start taking steps down, so keep this at the top of your list as well. So despite disruption from the pandemic over the last couple of years, SOPA has posted a pretty good surprise earnings beat and has shown that they really can show some profit among all these negative odds stacked against them. And with 891% year-on-year revenue growth, it's really hard to argue that this company can't persevere. So they've also got a virtual growth conference presented by Maxim Group coming up soon. But looking here, that this channel that we see, they're trading in a pretty strong uptrend. From what we have seen over the last couple of years throughout this pandemic, this definitely is a surprise because it seems that this thing has only bled and bled time and time again. So it's really refreshing to see that this is starting to see some sort of light at the end of the tunnel, and it's looking a bit more promising this time around. So this channel is trading in is looking pretty good. I think that if they have anything worthwhile presenting in this conference coming up, we could see this really break out into a much higher price range. But overall, I think that this could be a long-term uptrend we're looking at here. So definitely don't lose track of this one either. So I know it's been a while since our last video, but I would like to let all of you know we do read and appreciate all the comments that you guys leave both on YouTube and in the Webull community. So anytime that you ever have a company you're interested in seeing us cover for you, please feel free, definitely let us know on Webull, or if you watch this video on YouTube, let us know there as well. We definitely appreciate it, so keep it coming, and we'll do our best to keep covering them. Alright, so that's all I've got for you in this video today. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. If you are on the Webull community, check me out. I am bullish on Ukraine there. If you're a new trader and you have thought maybe about trying a new platform, or perhaps you like the style of the platform and the content that I present here on YouTube, this is from Webull. So if you're interested in checking out Webull and giving them a try, I will post a link in the description below. If you sign up and start trading on Webull, you'll get free stocks just for signing up. I'll also get free stocks as well, so it is a little kickback, quick plug for anyone who is considering trading for the first time on this platform, and it's a mutual benefit to us all, and I highly recommend Webull as a trading platform in and of itself. So that about wraps things up, and I hope this helps.